Starting. Okay. Uh, Starting up the stream, receiving your content. Your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. Yay. Alright.
Yay!
Yay. You are live. The internet can totally see you right now. To stop,
Oh, no.
use your encoder. The internet can see me? Then why are 0 people watching?
1.
It still says
Good.
0. It says
There's
0.
Singular person.
Alright, for those who are new here, you've probably noticed, one thing new on the side of the video. We have the stream chat. I put it there because I was tired of having another tab of actually showing the stream chat. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
Oh no, that's not good.
Well, that's not my fault. My streaming thing keeps saying it's working just fine, and it's dropped 0 frames and all that. And it's just like it's only using like 20% of available resources. It's like it's all going pretty good, and then YouTube's just like, oh yeah, we're not doing it good enough. It's just like, what?
I mean, yeah, that happens sometimes.
So last stream, we took a look at this, and we started working on the seed loader, or seed reader, which would read the seed and decode it into the map. It's going pretty slowly, but it's working. So, and I said we were gonna do the seed loading and saving and copying this stream, but I kind of did that just like a few minutes ago. And it's just like, you know, we have the 3 slots, slot 1, 2, and 3, and you can load, save, or delete a seed. So if I hit save 2, we're gonna actually do a little bit more effort on them, but you can see that this seed right now got copied over to this spot. And if we create another seed, or generate a random one, it's just gonna create one really quickly. Actually, it's kind of slow for it. I wondered if my thing broke. Oh no, I hear water now. Okay, it just generated. So this is the seed. My computer is actually being very slow today. Great. Wonderful. Oof. Oh wait, no wonder it's lagging so much. I had my stream running on my own computer. Whoops. Alright. So we have this the seed thing, and you're able to I'm just gonna exit the call because it's lagging my computer too much to stream with the call going. My apologies. Alright, so we have this other thing, and if we save this to the second spot, it now is in the second spot, and it's identical, and we can actually load this seed here, and bam, now we have that seed back, and we can also delete these. So if I hit delete on the first one, it's gone. The seed is now gone, and it doesn't really matter now. Now we can also save it back, and bam, we got the seed back. Loading and saving is really easy to do, and this literally only uses 9 command blocks in the end. I'm gonna add more on, but at the moment, at the current moment, it's not really worthwhile. It doesn't matter too much. Let me just delete these 2 seeds because we don't need them. And you're still able to generate the random seeds. It will be random pretty much every time, with things being refilled and all that. So the loading and saving thing, we got that kind of down pat. Now we just need to work on this. So we need to actually create an area where we're able to copy chunks of land. So we need to create 8 different formats for the the bottom layer. Since there's 8 different colors for the bottom layer is the bedrock layer, which has to be different because that will contain diamonds, gold, lava, that sort of thing. That's going to contain all that. We need to create a format. My game is going to die actually because it looks like it might crash. I'm just going to leave that running for... Please don't tell me you're going to crash, game. I've never had it crash during a stream like this before. It's definitely going to crash. Well, that's kind of dumb. Things not doing too good. Well, that sucks. Why is that happening to me? I guess in the meantime, I need a good meme. Where are some memes in these things? Here. In the meantime, just stare at this image. In the meantime, just stare at that image. It's Fortnite. On my computer. Oh, I accidentally reloaded resource packs. Okay, back. Oop, don't want to hide that. Alright, so... Oops, that was an accident. Alright, so we're back. My bad. So we're going to be actually having to work on this, and now while this is going to be checking for the bottom layer. And now you might be like wondering why it has to be. I have 2 different things that will do literally the same job. Well, one's going to be for the first layer, and the other 2 are going to be for the second layer, third layer, and fourth layer, because it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 is the only one that has to be different. It doesn't have a choice, it has to be different. So, if we actually hit F3G, you'll see these blue chunk lines, and now I just need to find where the chunk actually ends. Chunk. Okay, this one actually, that one goes down to bedrock. So I guess we'll actually have to put these chunks in the air or something? Yeah, we'll have to put these chunks in the air. Did mean to do that. So this just needs to be 8 different ones. So if I fly 1, 2, these 4, and then put 1 here. We just need to create a cube of rock for like at the bedrock layer. Stone. let's just... Alright, so there we go. We have the stone. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're gonna put some bedrock down. So this is gonna be the bottom of the layer. Now, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter which bottom of the chunks it's going to be, it has to. Let me actually change the title of this stream. Just change it to chunk cubes, because that seems to work better in all actuality. Right there, right there, right there. Two all the way over here. I still need to put that last one in. Bedrock. There we go. So over here we have all this stuff. This is going to be the bottom. Each color will represent a certain one, and I'm going to change the color up the bottom. So each color will represent a certain chunk. And you'll be able to look at the bottom and see what one it represents. So let's just, you know, quickly... This is basically going to be like... Goes up that high. Get our mind really wrap around it. Now you guys can actually, you know, I'm going to put the ores in here and everything. You guys are going to be able to see it no problem. I might actually, you know, go into computer, go onto a server, load this world up, and actually do some world editing. See if that works. Get some random generation in to, like, it's not really random, but you know what I mean. Because it's able to do percentages of filling and whatnot. And while I can do that, it kind of just makes it a little bit more difficult to do. Ugh. So this layer is going to have access to diamonds, it's going to have access to redstone, it's going to have access to emeralds, and it's going to have access to lapis. Where's the lapis? And also gold. Lapis and gold. It'll have iron, but it's not going to really focus on those iron and coal. Let me just put a line of this stuff. Now you see in the chat it says message retracted. That was just me saying hi and testing the stream. It also is kind of strange. It shows the super chat, even though I don't actually have that, but whatever. Whatever, not big deal. Not a big deal at all. Just checking the stream to see how the thing is actually loading. Well, yeah, nobody's watching anymore. Whatever, that's fine. I'm doing this for fun. Let me just put in a bunch of this stuff. I'm planning on getting a better computer, so these streams will end up being slightly faster, because really what's making the stream slightly laggy is my computer not being very good. Of course, we also need lava. Lava is going to be in this layer too. Now, I was thinking about something earlier, yesterday after the stream, and I was thinking about structures. I was thinking about how to do the structures, and like how this, if I were to put it in here, I would have to make it fit in one chunk. But then I thought about a different way of doing it. what if we did the chunk generation after, or the structure generation after, so after the entire thing's generated, what if we then put in the buildings and all that? And of course there are going to be villagers, there are going to be that sort of thing. And that's why there's emeralds here. You also can use emeralds to sell. You can hear that cave noise because of the thing underneath it. Gold's kind of important in here. Lapis and, well, redstone is going to be used for varying things. I want to kind of make an area. Now you might be like, well, okay, so what's the whole idea of this game? What's the theme? Well, the theme of this game is actually just so... No. Alright. So the theme of this game is actually going to be like... Have you guys ever seen... I'm sure you guys have played UHC before. I'm sure you've played types of UHC where they have custom weapons and whatnot. Well, this is kind of a similar idea, but not exactly. I'm just gonna do one of these cubes just to show you what I mean. And then we'll just move on. Let's actually just put a line of Alright, so we have this, like, the layer, the bottom part of, above the bedrock is done. Just one layer. Now, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about how to make it so you can't fight on the actual map. Because I don't want it so you fight in the actual area. I want it so you get teleported to a sort of arena. But I also want to keep this kind of similar. So I've been thinking about it and how I can do it. So I've been thinking, what if I make it so not only is it UHC, but there's multiple modes? What if I make it so like, you might be, let me explain. What if I make it so there's a timer? I've already said we are going to have a timer in this mode. What if I make it so there's a timer? And in this timer, it constantly counts, well, counts up. It counts the time going by and all that. Well, at the end of when it's going to be like counting, and once it reaches a certain amount, that's going to be the end game mode. But what if I put different intervals in the middle of the thing where it stops the timer, and once it reaches that timer, it stops? What if I do that, and like once it reaches that certain interval, it stops? And that's like if once it reaches that interval, it stops, and it like gives you a game mode. One is the sky, like a Sky Wars sort of game mode. One like King of the Hill, and all that. What if I do that sort of thing, and you're all competing for points? And then in the end, there's the final game where you get the most amount of points. What if I do that sort of game? And then I was thinking of that. It's like, well, that sounds like it could be really cool. Like have, like how can we do this? Like, because we still need to do certain things. Certain things still need to be done. We can't be worrying constantly about how this is actually going to turn out when we still need to do certain things. Now, generating this map is actually going to be really laggy because it has to copy over, let me see, 16 by 16 by 16. It has to clone 4,096 blocks per one of those seeds. So in the end, it needs to, like, so it needs to do that like 64 times. Which means the map generally will have around a quarter of a million blocks. Which is, I don't know if you guys knew this, it's kind of a laggy sort of ordeal. It's not going to be the best. It's going to lag a lot. I want to keep a lot of this generated by hand, like built by hand, for the land. It's going to be a very time-consuming process, but that is what makes certain things good, because you built it by hand. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, but I do want to do a lot of the main components on camera. So I've also been thinking, like, what if I make it so there's a custom crafting sort of ordeal, and I make it so at each corner there's the team's base. Have like 4 teams, and each corner has the team's base. In each team's base there's a crafter, and you can use that to craft custom items. And in the end, there's also the shop where you can buy stuff, like trade in and buy, and all that good stuff. Trade it for money, and your team has a certain amount of money, and like the entire team has access to that money count. Each team gets teleported to a certain area depending on what team they are, and then they get the trading sort of sequence and all that. And it's just, I feel like I want to make it so each team has its own individual stuff. Like, not make it so only certain teams can do certain things, but like make it so the teams have their own areas, have it so they stay away from the other teams. Like, have it so it really focuses on the team. I feel like that would be really cool. Now, it's going to be a very time-consuming project. This is going to take a long time, and I've said that before, but like, I really want to drive that home, that this is going to take a long time. Because, sure, it may be like easy to say that it will go quick, and it's like we already did the seed generation in like one thing with the one stream sort of thing, but I also did things off camera, and it took a long time. It took a very long time just to get that to be done. So it's definitely going to be tiring. It's going to be a long project. But I'm also going to be streaming the entire thing, or the majority of it, because there's going to be some things that, you know, I just don't want to put on the stream because, yeah, for your sake. Like, you may be watching it, but I'm sure you guys don't want to see like 5 hours of just placing blocks like this. Because, sure, it may be fun to do this sort of thing, but it takes a long time to do all of this, and generating ores and all that. It's like, it takes a long time to actually put all these blocks down. Like, it takes a long time. So I think I'm going to be starting to... If I had a server, I would use World Edit and just fill a lot of things in and do all that. But I'm trying to not do that. And then I'm approaching another problem. Structures. Well, I want chests in certain structures that contain loot. Which means I have to either create custom chests that get copy and cloned in. And that sort of thing, which would be kind of difficult. But then we also had to do other things, and like, well, that's gonna take a very, very long time. It's like, well, that's fine and all, but, well, it's gonna be a long, long series. Collabs are coming, because I plan on doing some collaborations with certain people. I'm looking forward to that. We've been live for... I'm gonna be live twice today, I think. I'm gonna be live... I'm live now, and I'm gonna be live on later. So... Oh, crap. 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 I just got rid of all that progress. And this is what I mean by, like, me being bad at fill and clone command, 'cause this stuff happens a lot to me. I just built that up, and then I accidentally erased it. And there's no slash undo, which is why I much prefer, like, World Edit to this. Nonetheless, this is going to be a much shorter stream because I still have other things to do. I just wanted to do a little bit this morning, updating you guys. I'm going to be on later, doing a longer stream. But I have some things to do today, so I just figured I'd get a short one in. If you guys join my Discord, you'll notice that I finally got a response from Discord. If you know me a little bit better, you should know that about 2 or 3 months ago, I applied to Hype Squad. And only finally did I actually get a response. No issues, though. I had no issues with it taking a long time. I was accepted in. I am part of the Hype Squad. And that is awesome, if you ask me. Thanks, Discord. You are the main man of this, or main thing, focus of this for the bit right now. So thanks, huge amount for doing that. You've been pretty cool.